Hey, come here. Hey. Come here. Needful alert. No, you're not gonna do it. You're not gonna do it.
Where the fuck do you think this is?
I will fuck you up. Alright,
where the fuck do you think you are?
Don't slap me, bro.
Hey.
Where the fuck do you think this is?
Don't slap me, bro.
Fucking idiot, bro.
What the fuck do you think this is?
You wanna go?
I'll knock you. I'll knock you. I'll knock you out. I'll knock you out. I'll knock you out. I'll knock you out.
If you want.
Where the fuck do you think this is? Where the fuck do you think this is, huh? Where the fuck do you think this is? Huh? Who's that fucking black capper? Who's that capper? Who's that capper? Huh? Who's that capper? Who's that fucking capper?
Who told you again?
Huh? Who's that capper? Knock you out, you motherfucking bitch.
Fucking big. Do it.
Yo, you staying over here. We get a little nigga free.
Hey, bro, hey, watch what you're saying, man.
Let me call me nigga one more time, motherfucker.
Umbrella. She's up. Whole nother level of shit you can't even understand.
What is good, my people? We are live back again with another episode of The Forecast. Now, we as a people need to take control over our own minds. There is a reason America indoctrinates us from a very young age. They need to be in control of how we see ourselves and how we see the world. Because if we ever fully develop the mindset of freedom or nothing, that would not only change America, it would change the world. Once we rally around each other and protect each other, other groups can't just come into our communities and do whatever they want. But we get stuck in a tribal mindset and argue with each other about symptoms of the problem instead of addressing the root of the problem. You can't change the system from within the system because the system was literally designed around your oppression. You take that away, you destroy the system. It was never meant to benefit us, only hurt us. But we're always the first one to fight for it and do anything to get accepted by it. Anything but create your own system. We never got past the tribalism mindset. And the only way the system can work is if we are off code. Historically, they only attack us in groups where they have the upper hand or they go after unprotected targets. And when they have you outmanned and outgunned and you don't even have a community to back you up, they can and will do whatever they want to do. That's why it's important to keep us separated. And America has always passed laws to keep us separated. In 1795 in Georgetown, they passed a law making it illegal for 5 or more black people to even get together. And then America has always deputized its citizens to enforce these laws. Sometimes they even forced them by law to do it. It was the average white person that made up the patty rollers, the slave patrol. And America sponsored and sanctioned, and in some cases required by law, the attack on black men, women, and children, old or young. In Texas, a young 17-year-old brother, Daquan Huey, ended up getting blinded by Texarkana police. Now, let's see how somebody could end up getting blinded by the police.
Huh?
Let's go. Let's go. It's that close, I can't see out of it, man.
Keep following those wires. There's a wood generator. Get it started. What are you up to? I have an idea.
In tonight's top story, a teenager who says he was permanently injured by a Texarkana, Texas police officer while being arrested is speaking out. Daquan Huey's attorney held a press conference this afternoon. NBC6's Jenna Jordan shares details.
Can't see out my left eye. It's hard to navigate, like move around. I run into things on my left side. Can't.
17-year-old Daquan Huey says he was breaking up a fight January 27th.
Trying to make everybody stop, 'cause I didn't want nobody to get seriously hurt. It was There was too much going on out there.
But the Texarkana, Texas Police Department says Huey was a part of the fight and was resisting arrest. Huey faces a disorderly conduct charge.
There was certainly disorder in the area, but Daquan was serving as a peacemaker. Those charges need to be dropped immediately.
According to a lawsuit filed by Huey, Texarkana, Texas police officer Scott Lillis used excessive force on Huey, firing a mace gun at point-blank range, permanently damaging his left eye.
Law enforcement should be actually held to a higher standard of justice, not a lower standard of justice.
Huey's attorney also says the family wants the issue of excessive force brought to a grand jury. The police department says they are investigating the complaint. Huey's mother says she's seeking justice for her son's injuries.
I have to look at him every day and wonder why, I wasn't there to protect him. That's what they took from me.
Jenna Jordan, NBC6 News.
We did reach out to the city's attorney for comment, but did not yet receive a response.
Now, according to police, there was a big fight involving a lot of people, and this 17-year-old brother, Daquan Huey, was out there trying to break it up, trying to play peacemaker. But according to police, they said he was involved in actually fighting. They said they saw this brother Daquan in the alley, and he had a bat in his hand, and they said he was fighting with a woman. And the police said they saw him exchange blows. So I guess he was punching her with one hand while he was holding the bat in the other hand. Now, Daquan Huey said he had already dropped the bat and he was being approached by a woman, but he was backing away from her. And while he was backing up, one cop, Scott Lillis, grabbed him from behind. And he said he put him in a chokehold. Now, he said during the fighting, he didn't know who was grabbing him. So, of course, he tried to get away. And most people would with somebody choking you. Now, the police, who repeatedly referred to the 17-year-old as a man, even though he a teenager that still can't even vote or buy cigarettes, said this brother was resisting arrest. So the cop, Scott Lillis, who was holding him from behind, turned him around and shot a mace gun at point-blank range in his face. Now understand, this gun is a projectile gun. The gun shoots cans of mace, not just mace. The police aren't even allowed to use it within 5 feet of somebody. But he shot him point-blank range in his face and his eye. And this young brother, Daquan Huey, had broken bones in his face, and now he permanently blind in one eye. And it's putting so much strain on his other eye, if he don't get surgery, he could lose sight in that eye too, and end up completely blind.
The Texarkana teen says he was partially blinded by an officer's pepper spray. Now he's filing a federal lawsuit. This happened on January 27th on Brookwood Street and Belt Road. That is where officers say they were called to break up a fight involving about 80 kids. KTBS 3's Julie Parr is live in Texarkana, Texas. So, Julie, how was this teen involved in this fight?
Well, Jamie, police tell us that he was involved in the fight and was resisting arrest, but he tells us that he was there to break up the violence. Daquan Huey says he was blinded in the left eye after being shot at close range by a police officer's JPX pepper spray gun. His family has now filed an excessive force complaint. Huey's attorney, Lee Merritt of Philadelphia, is asking that the Texarkana District Attorney present the officer's case to a grand jury and that charges against Huey be dropped. Huey says he was breaking up a fight when an officer grabbed him from behind and he was shot in the face at close range.
Can't see out my left eye. It's hard.
We want to see a proper criminal investigation into the actions of this police officer. Until that's done, we'll continue to push.
With this incident that happened to him, I have to look at him every day and wonder why, I wasn't there to protect him. That's what they took from me.
Last week, the police department issued a statement saying that an internal investigation into the incident was now underway. Reporting in Texarkana, Julie Parr, KTBS 3 News.
All right, thanks, Julie. Now, according to police, Huey was fighting with a woman in a nearby alley. One officer tried to hold on to Huey, who was armed with a bat. Police say Huey tried to attack the officer, so the officer pepper sprayed him. Huey is facing charges of disorderly conduct and resisting arrest.
Now, the cop haven't been charged or even disciplined. The police said they're going to investigate. And somehow when it comes to the cop, they're clueless and have to do a lot of investigation before they can even speak on it. But as clueless as they are about what the cops did, they do know enough to actually charge this young brother, Daquan Huey. They charged him with resisting arrest, disorderly conduct, and fighting in public. But when it comes to what this cop did, now they know nothing. And most likely after they investigate themselves, nothing will happen. Like with the mall cop that shot the brother EJ Bradford. This brother, who was a hero trying to help people get out of the mall and get away from a mass shooter, The mall cop ended up shooting him and calling him the gunman. Meanwhile, the real shooter got away. And it's not just cops or security guards. Average citizens try to do the same thing to us. And they try to go after all the people that can't defend themselves.
A 21-year-old man is facing charges tonight for allegedly attacking an elderly man because of his race. According to court records, Albert Gallegos is upset that his mother is dating a black man, so he viciously attacked this 92-year-old victim because he also is black.
It happened last month at a bus stop at the corner of Broadway and Brockton in front of a taqueria. Our Sophia Beausoleil is live from Southeast Houston with more of the details on this. Sophia?
Police say the victim did not know his accused attacker and says that he was just standing right here, minding his business, waiting for the bus when he was assaulted. Last month on January 7th, a 92-year-old man was standing right here waiting to catch the bus right in front of this taqueria. It was the day before his birthday, but instead of celebrating a milestone, the 92-year-old man had to deal with a major injury. Court records say a 21-year-old man named Albert Gallegos walked up behind the elderly man unprovoked and, quote, viciously attacked him unconscious.
Porque le tiraba unas piedrononas el muchacho a la cabeza al señor, al viejito.
This woman doesn't want to show her face, but says she saw the suspect throw big rocks at the elderly man. Police believe the alleged attack was racially motivated and are calling it a hate crime because the elderly man is black.
Albert Gallegos.
Gallegos appeared before a judge for a different charge, aggravated assault against a family member. Court records state he's accused of threatening to kill his mother and her boyfriend, who is black, back in December.
The defendant was standing in the driveway with a large kitchen knife.
In court records, the investigator says after reading other cases, he believes, quote, the suspect is obviously a violent person and has hatred towards African Americans because his mother is dating a black male. And authorities believe that is why Gallegos is accused of attacking that 92-year-old man randomly. Now, Gallegos remains behind bars tonight on $35,000 bond. That's for the incident that happened here and also the accused incident that happened amongst a family member.
Now, this Latino guy, Albert Gallegos, snuck up behind a 92-year-old man and attacked him. This man was mad because his mom's boyfriend was black, so he went out and attacked another black man. Now notice, he didn't go after a black man his age. He didn't even go after his mom's boyfriend. He creeped up behind a 92-year-old man who was waiting at the bus stop, and he attacked him until he was unconscious. Now, I don't know where anybody was to stop it, but people want us to cape for people like him and even share reparations with him. Now, understand this. Historically, groups that weren't accepted as white have always thrown us under the bus to get accepted as white. In a lot of cases, they'll go overboard and show even more hatred towards us just so they could get accepted. They will turn on us in a heartbeat and attack us, but we're supposed to cape and defend them at every single turn. But the fact is, we can't help nobody else until we help ourselves. So we have to focus on our issues. We have to focus on putting our tribalism to the side and do what we have to do to get to where we want to get. Because at the end of the day, we all we got. And we're the only ones that can change it.
Priceless. So she gestures one more time. Priceless. Walk of shame. In the cold. Bye, Felicia.
The police officer under fire in Detroit. That officer accused of posting a racist video of himself mocking a young black woman after impounding her car as she walked home in the sub-zero cold. Here's ABC's Adrian Bankert.
Priceless.
Tonight, a Detroit officer is under fire for posting this on Snapchat. He and his partner appeared to mock a woman they've stopped for driving with expired registration.
Walk of shame. In the cold.
Officers ordered Ariel Moore's car towed. Despite sub-zero temperatures, the police chief says she declined a ride home and began walking when Officer Gary Steele posted to Snapchat.
I'm angry because this was a racially insensitive post.
The filter on that post reads, "Celebrating Black History Month and what black girl magic looks like." Then one officer says this dismissive phrase.
Bye, Felicia.
When Moore saw the video, she was at a loss.
I'm kind of shocked. Don't really know how to feel right now. What they put on there, that's racist.
And that officer has been demoted and is now on administrative leave and could not be reached for comment. The second officer, Tom, is also under investigation.
Get your ID for me, bro.
The boyfriend's back to grandmother. They are separated.
Because if I'm going to hand that child to you, whether that picture or not, I want to see the ID. I want to see your ID. Okay, listen. Okay, fine. I'm going to take her to jail because she got a warrant, okay? I'm going to call child services on this kid. Don't quit with me, boy.
Why are you yelling?
You hearing me? Get your ID now.
ID.
Now. Get your ass back in the car. I'm tired of playing games with you. Give me some ID. Now.
Why you being so hostile?
Because you give me I'm tired of it. Give me some ID.
I came in here trying to be helpful. I ain't got
You ain't being it. Give me some ID. Now.
For what?
I want to know who this baby going with. Now.
With me, Alan Floyd.
No. Give me your ID.
My name is Alan Floyd. You can look me up. My name is Alan Floyd.
If you lie to me one time, I'm taking your ass to jail. You understand me?
Baby, man.
Come on.
Stop calling me boy, man. What you doing?
I'm gonna fuck you up. Take my name.
I just told him my name.
Get the baby.
Why you grabbing the baby, man? You fucking man.
Shut up.
I ain't doing nothing.
You're gonna go, man.
I ain't doing nothing.
You listen. Get your drunk ass over there.
Let me put it out of there. Come on, move, man.
You gonna understand me? You gonna communicate?
Yeah. Why you doing that to me, man? Look at my son. He got a problem.
You did it.
I didn't. You asked my name. I gave you my name.
You sound like
you said my name. I'm gonna be in trouble. I said it's my name.
What did I ask you the first time? Give me your ID.
My name is Alan Floyd, sir.
We gonna go the hard way. Let's do it.
No, it's not the hard way. It's the sensible way. We can communicate like men.
I have to give you ID. You said I don't have to give you my ID.
No, I did not say that. I said what for?
I told you 3 times.
I never said I wasn't giving you my ID. No, nothing. I never said I wasn't telling you my name. I asked you what for. Get in the car. Listen to this. Everybody do what you do. Just chill.
I've been another unit.
It's gonna get nasty real quick, bro. Come over here and talk to me, man. Get her under control first. Get her under control.
Thank you. Just move me over here.
Sit down in the car.
Get down in the car!
Get in the car! Get in the car, man!
Okay, grab your baby. Grab your baby to a cop crying. You gonna talk to me like a man, you come over and talk to me. Let's see you right here.
You said you trying to shoot my?
I killed my.
Oh, you killed
motherfuckers out here today.
And you just tried to hit me with the car?
Don't try to film me, dude. All right? You want to do the bullshit?
I'm just saying.
How about I lock you up for walking in the street?
I ain't do nothing.
You're walking in the street.
I'm walking across the street.
Illegally.
I'm walking across the street and I'm recording.
Illegally.
No, it's not.
Bye.
You say you shoot people and kill people?
No.
Oh, yes, you did. It's on camera, bro.
We got your homie on camera saying it already.
Right, he said this. He just said that.
You know you was on camera with your dumb ass, bro. Dumb as hell, bro. Point your camera at us. Don't deal, Gray. Nigga, stop playing me. Don't deal. What you talking about, bud? Talk about said, bud. Well, we gonna walk with you.
I'm gonna walk with you all day.
Come on.
We gotta
go to the park.
Hey, let's go. Me too. Let's go. Hey. We're gonna play in the park.
Hey, y'all see him trying to kick it with us? You see him trying to kick it with us? Odell Gray.
You wanna know the good news though?
What's up?
Illinois is a two-party consent state, and I don't consent to you recording me. So
I'm recording myself. I'm on Snapchat. You tripping?
Watch out, man! You hit my shoe.
Now you just
hit my shoe.
Why you tripping?
You just hit my shoe, bro.
You just hit me.
You hit my shoe.
You don't even know mom.
Watch out.
You don't even know my mama's boyfriend, a sergeant.
Call him. Call him right now.
Tracy,
call him. Call him.
You just tripping.
Call him. Call him.
You don't even got your name tag.
It's Hunt 11442.
No,
there you go.
Why you?
Watch out. Stop.
Stop.
You're walking in my way. I'm
no,
going
I'm
this
not.
way.
Go right there. Get it from right there.
Excuse me. I already said it.
Get it, though. Get it.
I already said it.
Put it on camera, folks. Put it on camera. Odell.
You touching my phone? What you doing?
Put it on camera.
Let me.
state, then beaten up within hours of his arrival. Former Chicago cop and convicted felon Jason Van Dyke has left the state of Illinois. He went east and landed in Connecticut as he serves his 6-year and 9-month sentence for shooting and killing Laquan McDonald back in 2014. Thanks for joining us. I'm Micah Mater.
And I'm Joe Donlin. WGN's Julie Unruh is here with the latest.
You guys, we have only a few details at this hour, but Jason Van Dyke has been moved to a federal facility in Connecticut and was placed in general population. No one tonight is saying exactly what happened. All we know is that WGN has confirmed the inmate was beaten up badly. Sources tell us it happened within 3 hours of actually getting there. The last we knew, the 40-year-old former police officer was being held in a state facility, the Rock Island County Jail near the Illinois-Iowa border. Since his sentencing about a month or so ago, someone made the decision to move Van Dyke from a state-run facility to a federal one. In this case, it's the low-security federal correctional institution in Danbury, Connecticut, about an hour outside of New York City. Right now, all we know is that Jason Van Dyke is no longer in the custody of the state of Illinois. He's in a federal correctional facility now, far from his wife and 2 daughters. About 1,000 inmates reside at the Danbury facility, and critics might be asking why he was put with the general population of inmates there. Again, those close to him in the case say the inmate was beaten up badly almost as soon as he arrived. Van Dyke's wife, Tiffany, her greatest fear all along has been that she feared her husband would not survive the prison system, that he would be targeted potentially by other inmates because he was a white cop who shot a black teen 16 times. We're waiting to hear if her greatest fears actually have become a reality.
I cannot and will not stand by somebody hurting my husband, hurting my family more than we've already been hurt. We are done being hurt. I'm standing up for my husband right now because he can't. He cannot stand up for himself and fight anymore. This is a gigantic race issue. They put my husband in a setting to be harmed because of the fact that he was a white man who harmed a black gentleman in the line of duty. My husband is a police officer. He is a stand-up man. He has always been a stand-up human being. This has already finished. He's had his trial. He was convicted. Everybody got what they wanted. They had my husband put away. All he wanted to do was melt to the background, do his time, and come home to his family. Unfortunately, he is not being afforded that right. He's being basically a prisoner within the prison system.
Call the cop!
Get out!
You fucking nigger!
You fucking
You're a fucking low-life little bitch!
Get out, bitch! Get out!
You a little low-life!
Sir, I'll call police on you.
I'll beat your ass. I'm not up on grade, nigga.
You're
I'll
going to
beat
jail.
your ass, nigga. I'll beat your ass, nigga. Get the fuck out of here, bitch.
You're
Get out.
going to jail.
Get out,
Don't
bitch.
phone me
Get
down.
out.
You're going to
Get the
jail.
fuck out. You're the ass out, bitch. What's up, boy? I'll beat your ass. Nigga, do it again. I'll beat your ass.
Don't hit me.
I'll beat your ass.
I didn't do anything
I'll
wrong.
beat your ass, nigga.
I
It's
didn't
over
do
with.
anything
It's
wrong.
over with. It's over with.
I'll beat your ass,
It's over
nigga.
with. He got his.
I'm here to show you the aura from Katy Perry. Here we have this fun and cute pair. It has a synthetic upper, and if you look closely, it does feature 2 eyes, a nose, and a lip right there, giving it a very unique and super fun look.
Katy Perry's shoes yanked off shelves after she says she was saddened when they were compared to blackface. The loafers pictured here, which was offered on Dillard's website until it got taken down. The blackface controversy is over the roof face slip-on loafer and aura face black heel sandal. Those are pieces in her Katy Perry collection that her site touts as designed 100% by Katy Perry. USA Today reports the shoe was pulled off her official website. Multiple retailers have taken the shoe off their sites. Social media was abuzz about the footwear, with many saying they resembled blackface. Perry issued a statement to People about her controversial footwear, saying, "I was saddened when it was brought to my attention that it was being compared to painful images reminiscent of blackface. Our intention was never to inflict any pain. We have immediately removed them." It's just the latest in fashion missteps with pieces that many are finding disrespectful.
Gucci's fashion-forward top getting more complaints than compliments. Critics on social media slamming this $890 black turtleneck with a red cutout for the mouth. You mean to tell me no one saw the awful blackface resemblance? The luxury fashion label apologizing on its website and pulling the item, adding it is fully committed to increasing diversity throughout our organization.
Apologies are not enough. We need to see a real embrace of diversity and inclusion in leadership of these companies.
Prada recently pulled an entire collection of products depicting a monkey with bright red lips. And H&M hired a diversity leader after showcasing this online ad featuring a hoodie with the phrase, "coolest monkey in the jungle."
If people look like me were working in the boardroom of Gucci, this product would have never been greenlit.
These fashion statements turn social faux pas, trending for all the wrong reasons.
Naturally curly hair. They say that it's making a comeback.
When did
Are you
it leave?
excited?
I've always had curly hair.
That is
Y'all
a feminist statement.
Huh?
What do you...
No, is that you, Joy?
Oh, you know this picture.
Oh, Joy, is that you?
Yes.
Joy, that is
Oh,
you?
Yes.
Joy, are you
Wait.
black?
No, I know. I was so cute. Joy, how cute I was.
Are you my auntie, Joy?
No. That is me.
My word. What year is this? Circa
I
what?
was 29. It was a Halloween party. I went as a beautiful African woman.
Oh, yes, you ain't black.
But that's my hair. That's my hair.
That, you can be, yeah, but it is. So the whole point of
why
it is
are you
that curly
upset with
hair
me
is
now?
coming back. I thought
That is me.
Did you have tanning lotion on,
A little. I had makeup that was a little bit darker than my skin.
It's going to fix it.
But that's my actual hair, though.
I love it, though.
Lady, let that be a lesson to you.
What's the matter with you boys shooting up that man's hen house?
I'll shoot any chicken trying to follow me home.
Well, why don't you get a job and go to work?
You almost had me a job this morning.
Where?
I went down to the post office and asked that man, could he let me have one of them jobs as a letter toter?
No, Cotton, you mean a mail carrier.
And the man said before he could give me a situation, he'd have to put me through a simple self-examination.
No, stupid. You mean a civil service examination.
Well, the man carried me in a little old room and set me down and started asking me a gang of questions.
Well, what'd he ask you?
First thing the man asked me is, how far is it from the sun to the moon?
He asked you how far it was from the sun to the moon?
Yeah, that's what the man asked me.
Well, what'd you tell him?
I told him if he was going to give me that route, I didn't want the job.
Well, tell me, how would you like to go to work for me?
Yes, ma'am. How much you going to pay me, I hope?
Well, let's see now. I'll pay you all your work.
No, ma'am. I got to have some money.
You know, Cotton, I'm making a picture called The Lion Tamer.
The Lion Tamer?
Uh-huh.
There ain't but one kind of lion I'll mess with.
What kind's that?
Ooh, that's a dandelion.
Now, all I want you to do is meet me at the zoo in the morning at 9 o'clock.
Yeah, with the rest of the monkeys.
With the rest of the monkeys.
Yeah, I'll bring my grandpa with me.
I want to get a moving picture of you in the lion's cage.
Well, if you ever do get a picture of me in a lion's cage, it'll be moving all right.
Oh, Cotton, the lion can't hurt you.
Can't hurt me. I know, but he can make me hurt myself.
Why, the lion's tame. He'll eat right off your hand.
Eat off of your hand and off of your leg, too. I know them cats.
Oh, but you don't understand, Cotton. The lion was raised on milk.
Raised on milk? I was, too, but I eat pork chops now.
Why, he can't bite you.
Now, how come he can't bite me?
He hasn't got a tooth in his head.
I know, but he can gum me to death. I don't want him gnawing on me.
Now, all I want to do is snap you as you enter the lion's cage.
You just want to snap me as I enter?
Yes.
Well, you better snap me as I enter, because you will never be able to focus me when I start out, because I'm Alabama bound.
If I stomped a puppy to death out here,
up here, just a little puppy, and stomped it right here to death in front of you, most of you would need therapy. And I would be arrested probably faster than killing a black man for killing a puppy. Now, I want you to look at this photo very closely, and I want you to see who's in it. More important than the man hanging, because you got to understand the lynchings that occurred in America happened after slavery, not during. Thousands of lynchings happened after slavery, because this is a reaction to white fear of what we would do once freed. But we didn't create a vigilante group to take out white people, but they did create a vigilante group to take us out now that we're free. See, that happened after slavery. They were called the what? The Ku Klux Klan. They don't wear hoods anymore, they wear suits. But they're alive and well all over the world, even here. So, look at who's in the picture. I want you to look at this little girl in particular. You can't see her closely, but she's actually grimacing, like smirking. Now, remember, let's go back to the puppy concept here. She would be loathed and torn up probably if this was a puppy, which means he's less than that, because she's not disturbed. This little girl is not disturbed by this, but she should be, shouldn't she? People always ask me, they go, Joy, what was the impact on white people? There it is. Right there. Can't feel any empathy for him. None, zero, zip. There's a little one back here, even smaller. Because whatever she's been taught or told, socialized to believe, makes him no longer human.